Hello everybody and welcome back to Banger Gaming for the next part, so part 4 of my road to glory with Stevenage Football Club on FIFA 23. Today is a big day. We've got our first cup competition, Carabao Cup, and we have a really tough opponent, which is Huddersfield. We'll see how we get on. To be honest, I'm not too fussed about this cup. It's not in any of our objectives. We don't really get much money from participating in it. It tires our players and we are focusing on the league. But just quickly, I wanted to show you the scout reports for all of these youth wonder kids that we've got. Just to sort of give you an idea of the kind of players that I've been looking at. And I've been recommended to sort of scout for the future divisions. You'll see that a couple of these players will not want to relocate at this time, and that's basically a setup in the game to ensure that, for example, I couldn't sign players from the Premier League because that's obviously quite unrealistic. So I do quite like that. Some of these players fortunately are in some of the lower leagues and different leagues across Europe, and we are able to sign them. Unfortunately, we don't have any money yet, so we won't be signing any of them just yet, but it's good to keep them on the radar, keep tabs on if they're being loaned out or if they're being moved, and hopefully purchase some of them once we get promoted next year into League 2. I'm still absolutely devastated about our goalkeeper, but it's something we can't sort of drone on about at the moment. It's something I'm going to try and fix and get some youth staff onto when they return after their first 9-month stint. So here, for example, we're being told that one of those players that we've scouted are being loaned out. So it's good just to keep on top of that and know what's going on. This is by all means going to be a really tough game and a really big test for us playing against someone like Huddersfield. You never know, we could cause an upset, but in all honesty, I'm not too fussed about this cup, and in previous seasons I have just sort of lost on purpose and dropped out of the cup. If we are going to focus on the cup, it will be the FA Cup, and that does link directly with one of our objectives. But let's get into the game.
And a warm welcome on what is an ideal night for football, you've got to say. My name is Derek Ray, and sitting alongside me, ready to provide all the analysis, is Stuart Robson. And live action coming up from the Carabao Cup. It's Stevenage, and they take on Huddersfield Town.
Yes, cheers, Derek. Well, what an occasion it is for this club and its supporters. These are the games that they dream of. No doubting they're the underdogs, but if they can frustrate their opponents, stay in the game up until half-time, you just never know. Hopefully we get a great cup tie and maybe even a massive surprise.
The initial 11 today for the hosts.
Well, it's a defensive-looking lineup, but if the wing-backs break forward, the midfield can get close to the front pair and the front two can link up with each other, they should still cause problems today.
And so the initial 11 for Huddersfield Town.
Well, they're playing with a 5-2-3, as we can see it here. But somebody has to step in to join those two midfield players. It could be one of the fullbacks or it could be one of the centre-halves. So keep an eye out for that.
Thank you. Enjoy the game.
Okay, so here we go then. Our EFL Cup, Carabao Cup game against Huddersfield. We kick off. We start with the exact same game plan as always. Try and hold them up as much as we can. Obviously, these players are far more talented than the players that we've got, so it is going to be a challenge. But we will do what we can. We'll try and nick a goal on the counter-attack where possible, and just try and keep them out of our box, because as soon as they get in our box, they're likely to score. And we're hoping for an electric start here. Essentially what we need to try and do is just get the ball off them and keep it for as long as we possibly can. They are going to put the pressure on, but we need to do what we can to kind of stop that.
Unfortunately,
they have a terrible shot. We catch it. We start a break from here, and we can progress forward with Roberts, who makes a lovely little run. I spot that from James Wilding on the right hand side. He plays it really nicely into Norris, to List, and just like that, in the blink of an eye, we're 1-0 up against Huddersfield, which is a really good start for us. It's not something that I was expecting, to be honest with you, to be scoring goals certainly so early on. So it's a bit of a confidence boost, but we'll take that. Really happy with that as a start. A great finish from List, and is one of the reasons why we've certainly kept him in our team, and we will not let him go, certainly for this season. But as you'll see, Huddersfield just continuously come at us over and over again, break after break. We're just holding back. I'm sitting back with both defensive midfielders and my 5 at the back. But as you can see, they're still getting through. They're still finding gaps. They're still having shots, and that was really close to going in.
More clinical if they want to get back into this.
So we start another attack then at this point. Slowly building up, again using James Wilding on the right hand side. He's actually really come into his position there and is making a big impact on moving up and down that wing. So we are going to be starting to use our wing backs far more than we have been in previous games. But it's just a slow build up. We find Wilding again there, and he crosses it in, and we're really lucky to find our man again, Elliot List, who slots it away, and we're 2-0 up. This is far beyond anything that we actually thought would happen in this game. I thought we were going to sort of hold it off for a 0-0 maybe, but to be 2-0 up against Huddersfield is a real confidence booster for the team. Huddersfield haven't started as well as I thought that they would, in all honesty. They have been pressing, they have had a few opportunities, but they haven't had a real shot on target yet, as such. Maybe that's because we're holding them off really nicely, or making it difficult for them, or maybe it's just because they're still finding their feet. But time will tell what will happen. There's a build-up happening here. They're slowly edging towards our goal, and just like that, in the blink of an eye, they're back in it. It's 2-1. And we concede our first goal of the campaign. Through pre-season and in the first League Cup game we didn't concede, and it's taken Huddersfield to break down our defence and find the gap and score actually what is a wonderful goal there. Just before half-time they get a corner, a free kick, and as you know I'm one for the 45th minute. Either we get an attack and an opportunity, or they do. Elliot, this is through on goal, and he needs to be doing far better than that. That was for a hat-trick, and it's for a 2-goal lead into half-time. So I'm absolutely devastated that he decided to take it the way that he did. He sort of finessed it with his left foot, which was just not the right decision there. Poor judgment from me, and poor finishing from him. Unfortunately, we go in 1 goal in the lead. Better than we expected though, so we've got to take that. Game plan for the second half is just keep doing what we're doing. Try and keep them at bay. Keep pushing forward when we get an opportunity, like we are now. There's a real mix-up in the box here, and I do absolutely everything that I can to pick up that ball and hopefully get a lucky goal, but it just doesn't quite happen. However, it does fall to Norris. We do get a shot off, but nothing really comes of it. Huddersfield are obviously worried about our performance. They are making some substitutions early on to hopefully change their game, I guess, but we continue to press forward. That's happening a lot. Our midfielders aren't quite getting that through ball on to Norris and List up front, and it's just allowing them to collect the ball and do things like that, which is really frustrating. This is the substitution that they've just brought on. He's had an immediate impact. And just like that, we are level 2-2 in about the 70th minute of this game. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go into the main menu and make some subs. As I said, I'm not particularly fussed about this. I'm happy to play some of the substitutions. For example, give Smith a run up front, see if he can make a difference at all. Give him some experience of playing against a team like Huddersfield. I'm also happy to make a few more changes, like Reeves for Reed, and Campbell for Gilby. I'm even going to bring Bostwick on at the back, which may come back to bite us, but we'll have to wait and see. But for now, we're going to go into the 72nd minute. We've made some substitutions, we've made some changes. We're level with Huddersfield, which at this point I wasn't really expecting, so I am happy with the performance so far. I'm just hoping we may get an opportunity towards the end to nick the game. But we find Clark. Clark knocks it forward, and we find Smith. Smith makes an absolutely wonderful run through. I get flashbacks of the List moment, but Smith actually slots it away. So the youngster does good. We took a risk bringing him on and putting him up front, but actually he's had an immediate impact. Just like their sub did a moment ago, Smith has come on, made an electric run, and just simply slotted it past the keeper. It's a wonderful finish, posting it, and puts us into the lead. So 8 minutes to go then, we make an absolute howler of a mistake. Ashby Hammond, as he has done a number of times so far, absolutely saves our back and keeps us in the lead of this game for the final few minutes. The last thing we want to do is now see this off as a draw and waste more energy, but it does seem like it may go that way. In the 85th minute, there's huge celebrations for Huddersfield. I could not hold them back anymore. And they equalise. It's now 3-3. What an incredible game this has been. There's still a few minutes left. You never know. One of us may be able to nick it, but only time will tell. We now go back into the game. We've got a couple of minutes now to try and get that winner. And straight away, Smith's making a run forward. Elliot List gets through and actually manages to get that shot away. We hit the post, frustratingly, and the ball is cleared. We come so close then to nicking the game. But now we're on the back foot and we need to stop Huddersfield from nicking the game from us. They're making an incredible run through here. It's the 90th minute, which you know is always a dangerous time to be playing. We've got 4 minutes added on, which I can't quite believe. I guess all the goals have made a difference. Elliot List gives me a slight flutter, thinking that he's through. Unfortunately, he's offside. And we're actually going to give them one last opportunity, which is really frustrating. To come at us. We've held them off for 93 minutes at this point. The game is 3-3, which is an incredible result for us against the Championship side of Huddersfield. Van Kooten makes an awful mistake on the edge of the area, and just like that, the game is over. In the 94th minute, Huddersfield get the winner. The AI have absolutely done us over at this point. We did all that we could. But just like that, the game is finished. Huddersfield are through. We are not. We've had an incredible game. I'm really proud of what we managed to do there against the Championship side. But ultimately, the quality of their players shone through, and they have managed to knock us out of the cup. To be honest with you, as I said at the start, I'm not particularly fussed about it. What I would normally do at this stage is sim the game and just get knocked out at the start, so we don't have to worry about it. We will put more emphasis and focus on the FA Cup, as we always would. But for me, the Carabao Cup is, at this point in the career mode, a bit of a waste of time. We don't get any money for it. Our players just get knackered. We've already lost some depth in our team, and actually there's far more important things to be focused on. The Carabao Cup does not link to any of our objectives, so being knocked out this early is not going to have any impact on our performance rating, and actually we can now focus more on the league and focusing on staying as high up in that league as we possibly can, and hopefully work towards promotion. And so we're just going to go through and do the typical final stuff. We're going to our post-match interview and again tick the boxes that are going to get us the green ticks for our players, keep their morale as high as possible. Can we ask you a question? I hope you enjoyed that thrilling game. Absolutely gutted to lose it at the last minute, but as I say, it is what it is. If you did enjoy the video, please subscribe, please come back, and part 5 will be available very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.